CFM Radio.
CFM Radio, welcome.
Welcome back. After a lovely Independence Day break, I am your DJ, Benham, aka Drix, and with me as always is Vector, my good buddy and gamer pal, founder of Clusterfucked Media. What is up, Vector?
What's up, Drix? Always spinning the best stuff. You're always with us every Wednesday, my dudes. I am Vector, your host tonight for CFM Radio, founder of Clusterfucked Media and gaming journalist. Here we go, though. Drix, I gotta tell you, this week in Sonic, I'm just gonna get it out of the way. It wasn't the most eventful week. So I think I'm getting close to the end.
Could have fooled me, man. I was having a great time watching you just go from 3D open world exploration to 2D platforming madness and nailing a couple of first try S ranks, but still going back for those side objectives like a nice Tony Hawk run.
Yeah, you gotta go. You always gotta go for those side objectives. You know what I mean? Hey, man, when I'm right there and I'm already in the place, you just go for it. I missed it by like just a little bit. It's all good. But no, the reason why I say that is because, you know, the collectibles are getting a little harder to find. The traversing the map is beginning to feel just a little bit more important, and the world is feeling a little bit more closed off to me. So, like I said, I feel like, especially if you've been following us on the stream, twitch.tv/CFM on Twitch, remember to follow it. All the gameplay goes there. And if you've been following that, you will have known the big story twist that occurred that made the world the way it is. I'm not going to say what story twist that was here because, you know, no spoilers, right? But if you want to know, you could jump on, check out the archives. You could check us out every Tuesday on the backlog beatdown of Sonic Frontiers. And you know what, Drix? I say no spoilers, but I mean, Sonic Frontiers is like, what, 2-3 years old? Or no, it's like 2 years old. It's coming up on 2.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a backlog beatdown if you weren't beating that game down. And I don't know, I just like seeing how in this one Sonic is more or less like a Digimon, you know? He's just in cyberspace and things are getting pretty hacky out there. Wacky, hacky cyberspace Sonic.
Yeah, you know, the stakes felt like they were getting pretty high for a minute there as Sonic is running around and he's like half digitized, half not. But like then all of a sudden I'm in this like final area and like he's like pretty cool again. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I'd rather be at my 100% when I'm about to fight a final boss or a big boss, especially in this game because these bosses can get pretty tricky. I would rather be at my full potential than like half-assing.
Yeah, and I did enjoy some fishing with Big.
Oh
the
my
cat.
God,
You know,
the fishing!
you always hit with a good fishing minigame in any story.
I can't
A
believe
welcome distraction.
I can't believe how good it feels. Like that's the thing that's funny about it. Like it feels great, and you just want to keep going. Like it definitely has that element of just one more time. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna cast one more line.
Maybe I'll cast one more and I'll see what I can bait and hook.
You know, I got
Yeah,
a couple
that was
of
fun.
I got a couple of treasure chests. Maybe I got a gold one time. Maybe I can get another one. Maybe I'll just throw a couple more. You know.
Yeah, a tire and an entire crocodile.
Remember, tires very valuable. Carps not very valuable.
Yeah, not a full-on alligator though.
Yeah, not a full-on alligator. But Drix, I gotta ask. Is Mother returning this Monday?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
2 days ago, I started another season of Pinball League at my local brewery. New challengers have approached, so that's always fun. People coming from people I'm less familiar with, you know, going up against. But this coming Monday, yeah, we will be back with some more Earthbound. That is July 15th. Around 8 p.m. Pacific time, we'll be coming back because between my Final Fantasy 16, you know, I like to revisit the Super Nintendo classic RPG Earthbound and cross that one off of my bucket list. But yeah, we wandered through the desert last time. We found a dungeon, and there's about 5 moles in that dungeon that I need to take a whack at. So next stream will be the whack-a-mole episode of Earthbound.
Yes. And hey, you know what, Drake? You've been powering through that game. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot. I gotta tell you, I have seen people run through Earthbound in first runs, and even like, I'm replaying Earthbound after playing it as a kid. You know what I mean? And man, there are so many things that just mess you up. Like, you could one wrong move, and you could just be like, "Oh my God, this guy's about to die!" Like,
yeah. It's not that scary to just get wiped, to just have your team completely wiped, though. Honestly, if you made that phone call to your father, like pretty recently, or like wherever you want to respawn from after you get knocked out, just pick up that phone, call your dad, save your game, and if you get wiped, you'll show up right back there again, hopefully next to a hotel where you can restore your psychic power. And yeah, it's less scary once you get used to, death and resurrection.
It's interesting to think too, because like a lot of those old school style RPGs, like those old school style SNES RPGs, and like of that era, even some of the ones on PC, like the CRPGs, they were very big on preparation, right? Like going into town, staying at the inn, getting the stuff that you need from the shop, and then you go out and then you go through the dungeon in one shot, because you have, like you were saying, you got the save point, you got the hotel that you stay at, and then you grab some stuff from the shop. In Earthbound, it's things like soda and hamburgers. In like Final Fantasy, it's like potions and Phoenix Downs. So like, but there was that big emphasis on that part of the role playing, like the prep time and then going into the dungeon.
Yeah, exactly. Some games like to punish you more than others, but as long as you don't have a lot of money on you in your wallet, you really don't have a whole lot to lose other than your consumable items going out and into dungeons.
And you know what? That is a big relief, because sometimes, like just like when you were fighting that slime Drix and that boss, sometimes those enemies, they hit hard.
Oh yeah, especially when they start multiplying behind your back.
Oh God. And then standing behind the big enemy.
Yeah, blech. What a boss that was.
Yeah, but you know what, Drix? We're gonna start tonight off swinging ourselves, because we have some big news.
Oh yeah, some corporate activity, some entities coming together to bring us who knows what exactly, but we might be talking a little bit of Pal World.
Oh yeah, because we've got
gaming news.
Definitely big gaming news. Because do you remember Pal World, right, Drix?
Yeah, I mean, other than like Helldivers 2, pretty much like one of the biggest hits to come out this year.
And, well, they just announced an ambitious partnership with some big names. From the Sony Music Group website, sme.co.jp, the headline is, quote, Sony Music, Aniplex, and Pocket Pair announced joint venture, Pal World Entertainment Incorporated, to expand the breakout game, Pal World.
Yo, what's Aniplex? Sony Music? Like, these are huge entities, and sounds like I'm gonna have some more music to seek out and play here on the show pretty soon.
Absolutely.
Pal World music.
Right from the article, here it is from the article, quote, Pal World, a multiplayer open-world survival game created, produced, and published by Japanese developer Pocket Pair, became the breakout hit of 2024 when the total number of players surpassed 25 million after only 1 month in release. The press release then goes on to detail the plans of the joint venture. Quote, the joint venture efforts will begin with the development of exclusive merchandise based on the game, which will debut and sell at the Pocket Pair booth during Bill World 2024, beginning Friday, July 12th in Shanghai, China, and be made available for pre-order at Aniplex and its subsidiaries, Aniplex of America and Aniplex Shanghai e-commerce sites with more detailed information at a later date. Drix. Pal World.
Yeah. Billy World 2024 will debut what sounds like a good amount of Pal World plushies to me.
Right?
I mean, Crane
Absolutely.
Games, get ready. Like, I can't wait. You're gonna head down to your local Round 1 or your Crane Game Factory venue, and yeah, there's gonna be pals in there.
Yes.
Straight out of the Galapagos Islands.
Now, Drix, I gotta ask you. So, this is a big move, right? This is huge for like two big conglomerates to join with literally a small independent studio. Please understand, like, this is really crazy.
Sounds like early access is really, they put out the game in early access, and now they're like starting to shake hands with some movers and shakers in the industry. Like, hey, wouldn't you like to get behind some of this merchandising? We may or may not have another Pokemon on our hands. That's
literally what it seems like. This is exactly how it felt when Nintendo began to release the Pokemon trading card game, and then when the video game came out, and it just exploded. And then they had to combine with, Nintendo combined with a couple of other companies to create the Pokemon Company. And a lot of people don't realize that Nintendo isn't just, wholesale in control of Pokemon. No. It's the Pokemon Company. And they're a part of it.
It's its own entity.
Yes.
Its own tax ID.
Creatures, that's what makes it up. Creatures Inc. and Game Freak, of course.
Game Freak, right?
Yeah. Creatures Inc. and Game Freak, of course. And those are like the building blocks. So when we compare the two joint venture structures, I guess, if you really want to think about it like that, let me put some Pal World up on the screen right now. When we compare the joint ventures, I don't know if you could compare them one-to-one, because you have the Sony Music Group and Aniplex, and then Pocket Pair.
Yeah.
And they seem like it's like the production wing and the animation wing, and then like the video game wing. Whereas the Pokemon Company is Nintendo, which is they have their hands in almost all of it, right? Like everything Pokemon. And then you have Creatures Inc., which is pretty much dedicated to creating the monsters, right? Designing and creating the monsters, right? And then Game Freak, who makes the games.
Plushie. Yep.
So I'm wondering.
That's insane.
Yeah. So I'm wondering what kind of if the Pal World Company is going to or what is it called? They're making the Pal World Entertainment Inc. I'm wondering if Pal World Entertainment Inc. is going to have a similar structure in such a way where, like, maybe Aniplex now is going to be chief creative on design, and Sony Music is like kind of like the merchandising production wing, and then you have Pocket Pair, who's just focused on the game, and like other probably God, do you think there's gonna be more Pal World spin-offs?
Yeah, I mean, one can only hope. These are big creative entities with a lot of resources at their disposal, so hopefully we just get something cute and fun to enjoy. Sounds like they've got something definitely up their sleeve.
Yeah, 100%. And like, you're seeing it in the B-roll right now, right on the screen. Pal World is getting just got a major update. So like, got Xbox dedicated servers, all this great stuff. So new pals, all this great stuff. So like, the game is still growing and people love it, but it is decidedly different in vibe from Pokemon, right? And I don't know, man. To me, it's great that the game took off in the way that it did and that everybody loves it so much. But, I'm really hoping that this isn't something that we'll look back on in like 2 or 3 years and just be like, damn, they poured all that money into Pal World and it really just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, hopefully they'll take everything good about Fortnite and not do anything bad about Fortnite with the Pal World intellectual property.
And Drix, that's the last I'll have to say about Pal World. I'm probably going to have to jump in on this new update right now. But while Pal World is a breakout hit for Microsoft and Game Pass, I think it's safe to say that Sony Land, over in PlayStation, they're doing just fine as well.
Yeah, no, I'm still over here enjoying last year's release of Final Fantasy 16 before I dive into any of that new 7 remake stuff.
And it is very, very interesting to read the new report from the folks over at Twisted Voxel, since their headline is, quote, PS5 is currently the only platform that runs all the top 20 best-selling games of 2024.
Yeah, that's a good stat. I like those numbers.
Right? Hey, you know what?
A PS5 owner.
I was going to say, as a PS5 owner myself, I really like the fact that my machine is going to be able to run all the biggest blockbusters. But here it is from the article. Quote, Matt Piscatella, Executive Director and Video Game Industry Advisor at Circana, the Statistics Bureau, has shared charts for the year-to-date ending May 2024 top 20 best-selling premium games in the U.S. in terms of dollar sales. The list reveals that the PS5 is the only platform that can run every premium title in the top 20 best-selling games of 2024. And those games these games, again, the headline is PS5 is currently the only platform that runs all the top 20 best-selling games of 2024 over on twistedvoxel.com. But, and that's where you can check out the whole list, Drix. But I kind of want to step back from the fact that the PS5 is so stellar, because we have games on here, right, that we could call like the usual suspects. Like you were talking Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 is the #1 spot.
Yeah, wow. And I mean, especially because they're talking in dollar sales, like Helldivers wasn't even like a $60 game. It was like a $40 game. So they must have had a lot of players helldiving on there if a $40 game made it to the #1 spot on the top of sales in the last year.
Yeah, and this is up to May. You know what I mean? This game came out in what?
Yeah.
February?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of reasons to like Helldivers 2. And if you want to know what they are, you can watch our review.
Yeah, absolutely. And the others, such as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that sits at a cool #5. Like I said, the usual suspects, right, Drix? But this list also has some surprising entrants for those of us who follow the gaming news cycle. And according to the article, Drix, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League sits at a cool #8 in the United States, while Ubisoft's Skull and Bones is respectable at #20.
Wow. I mean, based on impressions and what we've heard from other gamers, you might have thought these games like bombed, know, like at like a movie that nobody saw opening weekend in the theaters. But no, like that's really great. I mean, Suicide Squad, a DC Universe game at #8.
#8.
Skull and Bones. I mean, I don't know anybody who really subscribed to Skull and Bones or was like anxiously awaiting it. I don't know any super diehard pirate people, but like it still is in the top 20 spot. So
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations on these games for getting that dollar for dollar sales numbers
And it's
in the last year or so.
Another interesting. It's true, and another interesting entry on this list, Drix, is last year's hit, Hogwarts Legacy, sitting at number 9.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah, best-selling game of last year is still making this year's top 20 numbers, huh? Way to go, Harry Potter fans.
Hey, it's just it. This is what I want to say, Drix. You can follow the gaming news cycle like we do all the time. You could be on top of everything, and you could buy in, right? You could buy into a lot of this talk. Like you were saying.
I only play games that get good reviews that magazines tell me to buy.
Who played that game? Who played Suicide Squad? Well, shit, apparently a lot of people played it. It's number 8 best-selling game in the United States.
These are the Billboard charts of video games, and our beloved DC title still broke the top 10.
Right, and it's kind of crazy to me that in spite of all these things, in spite of all the naysayers and I guess supposed controversy, that even huge gaming news outlets like IGN and PC Gamer choose to cover, they still aren't seeing or telling you, the consumer, what the real deal is. And Drix, the real deal is the fact is people bought Suicide Squad. People bought Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
People are still buying Harry Potter.
Yeah, even if they're just sitting there in your $8 billion per capita pile of shame of games that you don't even play, which we covered 2 weeks ago. Even if they're still sitting in that pile of shame that you don't play, like, they're getting bought, and it's in your library.
It's in your library. And that's really
just
all that matters.
Yep, just waiting for you to come home and show it some love.
And you know what, Drix? We're gonna talk new games before we go to break here, because we've only got one. Yeah,
one of them is breaking the surface this week. What game is that now?
Oh, Drix, it looks pretty interesting. This game is coming up on the B-roll right now. It is called Angerfoot. On the PC, comes out tomorrow, July 11th. That's a Thursday. From the Steam page, quote, Angerfoot is a lightning-fast, hard bass blast of kicking doors and kicking ass. Crash through the caffeine-fueled fever dream of Shit City, putting the boot to a menacing menagerie of merciless gangsters. This one only hits Steam tomorrow, and Drix, I gotta tell you, this looks like a first-person Hotline Miami. I'm definitely gonna check this out.
Yeah, I mean, with the emphasis on the kicks for all you sneakerheads out there, I mean, anybody that owns a pair of like Nike Air Force Ones and also enjoys first-person shooters, you're gonna want to enjoy some of the sneaker-dedicated action in this one.
Absolutely, and hey, you know what, Drix? This was not just a sneakerhead. There's all kinds of shoes in here: boots, Crocs, sneakers, everything you can think of, plus crazy off-the-wall cartoon run and gun action. That is Angerfoot. Comes out tomorrow, July 11th. Drix, I love games like this, that just silly, off-the-wall, wild, ultra-violent games. Reminds me of, like I said, Hotline Miami and No More Heroes.
Yeah, no, it's cartoonishly and comedically gonna be a good time.
And you know what, Drix? This track that you're playing sounds like a great time. I am digging these riffs. What are we listening to?
This one is from the PS1 and the arcade, from a game called RC De Go. The song's called To Be Wind.
To Be Wind, RC Day Go. Coming from the PS1 and the arcade.
CFM.
Also the Taito house band, Zuntata. Yeah, what a group of composers they are. They've done a lot of your favorite games like Space Invaders and the like. But yeah, classic group of composers. RC Day Go, let's go.
CFM Radio. We'll be right back.
Just to make it a gandan do. Radio make it rise up to get on. Don't forget, just to make it a gandan do. Check it, Baba, Mary, body, Jemu, me, get no good Tuesday, wanna get. Shake it, Ramu, gay. Oh, not to Jesus, do that. Do body. Just the way I do. No, nothing ain't more I get down. Don't bubble gotta do. Check book down, radio make it right time to get on. Don't forget, just to make it a gandan do. Check book down, radio make it right time to get on. Just to make it a gandan do. Check it, Baba, Mary, body, Jemu, me, get no good Tuesday, wanna get. Shake it, Ramu, gay. Oh, not to Jesus, do that. But do body. Do rada, boom, rada, never do gay. Oh, not to Jesus, do that. Just the way I do. No, nothing ain't more I get down. Bubble gotta do. Right. Bring it.
I'm working in the flea market so early. I've been working here since my mama was a baby. Just because the rhythm is slow, that don't mean that you can't flow. In the rain or in the snow,
in the rain or in the snow,
got the funky flow.
Got the funky flow.
In the rain or in the snow,
In the rain or in the snow,
got the funky flow.
got the funky flow.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly.
Remember, strike it rich, the key is love. Save everybody from way up above. I can sell a bottle cap like this.
I will try to sell a cap like this.
I can sell a bottle cap like this.
I will try to sell a cap like this.
I never dream it would be like this. I am the number one ruler of the 7 seas. The skunk over here will bring you luck.
The skunk over here will bring you luck.
The pump over here comes with the truck.
The pump over here comes with the truck.
Oh yes, I had a lot of fun. I made a lot of bucks and now I'm on the run. In the rain or in the snow.
In the rain or in the snow.
Got the funky flow.
Got the funky flow.
In the rain or in the snow.
In the rain or in the snow.
Got the funky flow.
Got the funky flow.
Let me tell you something that I never tell you before. Listen this. I have never sold everything.
I have never sold everything.
You have never sold everything.
You have never sold everything.
Money is all you need.
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 Your father gonna be very proud of you. Let me know if you have another flea market. I will help you, or you will help me.
You got that right, teacher. Thanks a lot.
CFM Radio.
CFM Radio, we are back.
We are back and we are live. That was Black's theme from Loco Roco on the PSP. And then Prince Flea Swallow from Parappa the Rappa.
Drix, Parappa the Rappa, such an iconic series. So, like, very responsible
actually,
for
the first
every...
game I got.
Oh,
The first
no way.
one I ever owned for my PS1. I got it for Christmas in like 98, you know, and that was the first game my parents decided to get me for my new console.
Honestly, dude, one of the coolest games ever made. Like,
Yeah.
we owe so much.
I wish you would have participated in the Drake and Kendrick beef, you know?
Right? Seriously. Oh, no, it would have been all over. Parappa comes in. But, like, no, like, we owe so much. I don't think people realize, like, if you're a gamer, you pretty much owe the entire rhythm game genre to Parappa the Rapper. Like, that and, like, I mean, Beatmania, right? Like...
Yeah, they were kind of going on simultaneously, but
Yeah.
yeah, Parappa had your console rhythm game market down.
Yeah, and like because like you either needed to like go to an arcade, like Beatmania came out like 97, so it was like what, a year or two before Parappa properly. So like you had like
Yeah.
you would have to go to like a goddamn you would have to go to a damn arcade to play a rhythm game of any kind. And you know what I mean?
Yep.
So like it was amazing.
And
that
those takes some practice.
Shit, no kidding. Dude, I don't know, man. It's fucking... What's harder, playing a real guitar or playing Guitar Freaks and Drum Mania? Like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both will require some amount of practice, and hopefully you have some affinity towards a sense of rhythm.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? One can only hope that Parappa comes back again one day. But now, Drix, let's just... We got to keep on, because you recently had your Game Pass experience and chose not to renew it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And I gotta say, I wish I would have, instead of doing the free trial, gotten like the $15 Ultimate, because it's really about streaming your games if you have like the internet connection. Like I wasn't able to play Starfield because I had to like install it and didn't have the drive space or the drive speed for that matter.
And hey, but, you know, well, I don't know if Microsoft is making the deal to get you back any sweeter with their latest Game Pass changes that they announced yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Microsoft has its own page dealing with these changes that I'm about to catalog, but the headline over from Windows Central that broke the story is, quote, Xbox Game Pass is getting major changes with a new tier without day one games and a range of price increases.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like they're just going to try to soften that blow of paying more for a streaming service.
I guess so. So the article goes into detail about the changes to the subscription service, highlighting big shifts in what kinds of games subscribers will be able to play. Now, here from the article, they have an itemized list on there. And again, the headline from Windows Central is, quote, Xbox Game Pass is getting major changes with a new tier without day one games and a range of price increases. I've chosen some of the more major parts of that list, and here they are. From the article, quote, new users on Xbox Game Pass in the near future will be greeted by a new Xbox Game Pass standard. This is more like EA Access, which includes Xbox's back catalog and doesn't include any day one games. The price will be priced at $14.99 a month, $15 a month, and will also include Xbox Live Gold for multiplayer, now known as Game Pass Core, confusingly. Yeah. And it doesn't include Xbox Cloud Gaming.
So it's just online service for your Xbox if you happen to have one.
And Xbox's back catalog, and we don't know what that means. But no day one games.
Hopefully Blinks the Time Sweeper.
Yeah, Blinks the Time Sweeper and Fusion Frenzy.
Yeah, all right. Well,
that's what you get.
Something.
Again, doesn't include cloud gaming, doesn't include day one games. And Game Pass Standard is supposedly launching in September. The next thing, quote, Game Pass Ultimate will not be changed, but it will get a price increase. It will still include PC Game Pass, day one games, hundreds of back catalog titles, as well as cloud gaming. But it is getting a price increase. New price will be $19.99 a month. Right now, you can stack 3 prepaid cards with a 33% discount on the current pre-increased pricing at select retailers. You know, I'm sure you walk into a Best Buy or a Target, and you'll see those, these price changes haven't gone into effect, so get those cards now. Like,
yeah, head over to cdkeys.com or something, and
any of those places, really, honestly. Like,
yeah, stack up some prepaid subscription before these rate hikes go into effect.
Yes, because PC Game Pass is also getting a price increase from $9.99 a month to $11.99 a month. PC Game Pass will continue to get day one games.
Huh. Okay, cool. So more aligned with PC users than Xbox players, since, yeah, if you're playing on PC, you'll already get your online service, so you're not going through Xbox for that. But yeah, I mean, not crazy as far as rate hikes go, but you know, if you give them an inch, they might take the whole ruler.
Exactly. And you know, this also, we don't know if they will take cloud gaming from this one. So we'll see when that happens.
I think the cloud gaming is really the selling point for Game Pass.
Yeah, I think so too.
And granted, you need the connection for that, but that was kind of what I was missing during my free trial. I was like, well, I sure wish I didn't have to like install this and store it somewhere, and I could just, stream it.
Yeah, just play it.
That's what a streaming service should do, right?
And then finally, quote, users currently on Xbox Game Pass for console will be allowed to maintain their subscription as well as day one games and the hundreds of titles in the back catalog. So if you're there now, Drix, you could keep it. You're grandfathered in.
Okay, if you've got your whole year squared away or something.
Yeah, exactly. If you went and stacked those cards, you're good. You're good for a minute.
All
if
right,
you're
well,
Game Pass console.
You heard it here. Last chance. Go
Last
ahead.
chance.
If you're subscribed, you might want to stock up, like it's toilet paper or something.
Sheesh. Drix, this is kind of crazy because I remember, it was probably like last year, they were saying that increasing the price of Game Pass was antithetical to the experience that they wanted to provide. And I remember when we were covering the trial, the Sony versus Microsoft and the Sony and the FTC versus Microsoft on the grounds of purchasing Activision Blizzard. I believe it was Philly Spence himself in court who said that it was the acquisition would not affect consumer pricing or something along those lines.
No, but the purchase of every other studio might.
Yeah. You know what, Drix? You got me there. We can only close so many studios.
Yeah,
like Tango Gameworks.
Yeah, man, that still bums me out. They make a great game, award-winning title, and we love games like this. We should make more like this, and then just close the studio completely.
Shit.
R.I.P. Hi-Fi Rush.
R.I.P.
I'm still gonna play that. I'm still gonna buy it, but Microsoft is gonna get the money.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately, and you know what? We've got one more story for you guys. But again, these riffs that you have been dropping in the background, Drix, I just can't get enough of them. What are we listening to?
Yo, what are we listening to? Oh yeah, this is Outrun 2. I don't know if it actually made it to the arcade, but yeah, this is from the soundtrack to Outrun 2, classic Sega racing title, a song called Shiny World.
Shiny World, Outrun 2. I love me some Outrun. It was a stud on the original Xbox. So that's Shiny World. Here we are, CFM Radio. We'll be right back.
It all depends on your skill.
It all depends on your skill here at CFM Radio, as you see our main man Drix running around in hell divers on the B-roll.
Haha, yes. That was a Kitty N's song, a character from Bust a Groove on the PS1. Yeah, I'm feeling some PS1 rhythm games tonight.
Hey, you know what? We had Flea Swallow, we have Bust a Groove. Hey, it's a great night for PS1. PS1, one of the best consoles for audio experiences. So many awesome soundtracks come off of that console. Holy shit.
Yeah, once we made the jump from cartridge to CD, man, the quality just went nuts, and people started getting really creative with, putting CD quality audio in their games instead of a, sound chip with a bunch with like tracker music, as they might call it.
So it's kind of funny. The sound on the Resident Evil 2 port, Resident Evil 2 port for the N64 is one of the biggest, most glaring differences between the two ports, because even the guns sound like muffled and like crappy on the N64 compared to the PS1. Like, it's so crazy.
They really had to compress those to get them to fit on that cartridge.
Like, and like there are like the
talk
voices.
about losty.
Oh God, like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got to compress your data somehow to get it to fit on different mediums. And you can always hear the difference in the sound chips. I'm always going back and forth between like TurboGrafx, like Sharp X6800, and like arcade Sega Saturn versions of stuff. And it's like, you can hear it. It's a good time.
Yeah, you really can.
Understanding the difference and choosing your favorite one. Choosing my favorite version, you got your 3DOs,
Dude.
Your, 3DO version of the Doom soundtrack and everything, Even the 3DO Tetris was, if you listen to that version of Tetris's soundtrack, it's like wacky elevator music compared to like the Russian polka kind of style.
It's so wild to think about how creative a developer needed to be to make something like Conker's Bad Fur Day on the Nintendo 64 and make it sound as good as it did. You take a, like, I don't know if anyone's actually like physically held a Resident Evil 2 N64 cartridge. That's a heavy cartridge. Like there's something in there.
Yeah, big old chip in that bad boy.
Yeah, there's like a chip in that bad boy that's like making everything work. There's nothing like that in Conker's Bad Fur Day, and it didn't require the expansion pack. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it didn't.
It's a very, very interesting to look at that era of gaming before everything made the jump to CDs, back when there was still cartridges and CDs, and seeing how they really stacked up against one another.
Yeah, sometimes, you put some limits on your creativity as far as hardware capabilities and stuff goes, or, you give yourself rules to play under, and it kind of makes you more creative as to how you work around them.
And Drake, we're talking a lot about the PS1, and it's great to reminisce. And while we finally may be leaving some game, and while some may finally be leaving Game Pass due to some changes that they have implemented, Sony continues to make an impression with a surprising announcement, Drix. This one's from Push Square. The headline is, quote, PlayStation returns as a TGS exhibitor for the first time since 2019. TGS, for those of you who don't know, Tokyo Game Show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're
all right.
Sony's back on the...
It's hard for any company to show up to a trade show.
Yeah. Drix, you would know all about that.
These things cost money, and a little something. But yeah, you got to invest. You got to rent the floor space, and then like you want to give people some swag. You got to send all your employees out there, and they got to be working in meetings the whole time and schedule appearances and what have you. You know, that's why we don't have E3 anymore. But I mean, Tokyo Game Show. I mean, that's sounds kind of local to Sony. So hopefully they've got something in store for us.
And here it is from the article, quote, "The last time Sony had a presence at TGS, it signed up for 3 days of live streaming, focusing on various PS4 titles releasing around the time. The biggest was a Death Stranding demo, which was complemented by in-depth looks at other games such as Final Fantasy VII Remake, Neo 2, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, also Yakuza Like a Dragon." And Drix, the big deal for me is, what exactly are they going to announce? Like you said, they have to organize all of these things. They need to rent the floor space. You need people on the ground. You need the fucking merch and the swag for people to take home. Like, they just had a big showcase a few weeks back. Everyone is looking forward to Astro Bot. Drix, are we going to see the PS5 Pro?
You know, we don't know yet, but we are going to find out. And you know, they haven't done one of these since before the pandemic. So yeah. I mean, I remember January of 2020 when I first played Death Stranding. That was a huge deal for me, and I was like, wow, what a cinematic masterpiece. Oh my god, like Kojima. And this was before he like predicted the whole isolation thing that we found ourselves into a few months later.
Shit.
But yeah, maybe they're just in the right place now. And a PS5 Pro, sure. I mean, why not? The hardware seems to be doing all right where it is. If they were going to release any new hardware other than the the wannabe streaming Switch competitor that they have, this would definitely be the place to do it. But maybe we'll see some new entries in big franchises and stuff. Oh no, maybe another Parappa the Rappa game. Maybe that would be amazing. That would be nice.
I would love if this TGS thing was like a huge, like, we're gonna bring PlayStation home. Here's like Ridge Racer and Parappa and like, fuck, I don't know. Like, here's like Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. You know what I mean? Like, something that would be wild. Like, it would be really cool. I don't think that's what it'll be. Because I remember growing up, looking at TGS, and sometimes those TGSs, especially for Sony, would be like, all right, here's everything that's out in America right now.
Yes, here's a roundup at our local trade show.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe some of these are coming to
previously
Japan.
Existing showcase.
Yeah, maybe some of these come to Japan. Maybe they don't. Like, who knows? Like,
yeah, maybe it's just some new Stellar Blade skins or something. Hopefully, I want to see some more Infinity Nikki. Hopefully, see some of those
Infinity
outfits.
Nikki. M Stonewall C in the chat. A VR Parappa would be amazing. Hey, they got VR Space Channel 5 you can play. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some cool shit right there.
Yeah, maybe show me what some of those motion controls can do with haptic feedback.
Right? Oh, interesting. That would be very cool, haptic feedback Parappa. I wonder what that would be. But
shake to learn rap.
Shake to rap. Oh boy, never mind. Forget I said anything. But everyone, that will do it here for us at CFM Radio on this beautiful Wednesday. It's great to be back. Had a nice little week off. We hope you guys were safe. We hope you guys still have all of your fingers from shooting off all those fireworks. Yes. If you live in the USA, that is.
Yep, pyro safety first, everyone, and get your pets some earmuffs.
Yes, absolutely. And Drix, I'm looking forward to Mother Monday next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on keep grinding on RPG theater. Maybe pop in for a pinball game or two. There's still a couple Game Boy titles I would like to revive the Retro Goldmine with.
Ooh, that would be cool. And hey, you know, for as far as I'm concerned, I'm looking forward to that Angerfoot game. I'm probably gonna check it out when it drops tomorrow or Friday, whenever I have time. I still gotta do some stuff in. I'm still playing a lot of Fallout 76. Funny enough, a lot of cool stuff going on in that game right now. But anyway, that'll do it for us here.
Yeah, I've got to do some Steam summer sale shopping as well.
Oh, I forgot about the summer
Still in
sale.
effect.
Oh, shite. Yep, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, Disco Elysium is like $4. I'm like, yeah, I should probably pick that up.
Yeah, that's a really good game. It's a very, very good game. I love that game. Like,
Lethal Company is $7.50 again.
oh, I gotta pick that one up.
It's $10 usually, but if anybody doesn't have Lethal Company, you can save $2.50 on it. You know, get it for $7.50. So summer sale still happening.
And hey, you know what? There's a couple.
Get your carts full.
There's a couple of things happening on. There's always sales going on PlayStation Network, but I think right now you can, like, the coolest one is Star Wars Jedi Survivor for like $20. It's like really cheap right now on PlayStation Network. So with that, fellas, everybody, we hope you all have had a great time. We love being here. We love being back. Drix, I think it's time to play some games.
Oh yeah, big time. Valisthea, here I come. It's time to Clive.
It's time to Clive. All right, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to give us a subscribe right here on YouTube. And don't forget to follow us over on Twitch, twitch.tv/CFM on Twitch for the gameplay that you want to see. We'll see you next week. And we'll see you on Twitch on Monday for Mother Monday. And we'll see you on Tuesday for more of the Backlog Beatdown. Have a good night.
I know that you'll be back.